What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Trash Talkin. All right, listen. The Sixers are acquiring Marcus Morris, Nick Batum, Robert Covington, KJ Martin, multiple draft picks, and a pick swap for James Harden, PJ Tucker, and Philip Petrusev. Sources tell ESPN, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. Happy Halloween. Let's get straight into it. All right, listen. Look, I mean, it's a good trade. The Clippers didn't lose a whole lot. They lost Marcus Morris, who didn't play much this year so far. They lost a good 3-and-D guy in Rocco, but then they gained a whole lot of three-point scoring and just overall scoring with James Harden, right? And they still have guys like Terrence Mann and Norman Powell. My couple questions I have are, is James Harden going to be happy as a third option? Because we saw how that panned out in Brooklyn. Right? He wasn't good coming off the bench in OKC. He wasn't good sharing the court in Houston. He wasn't good being a third option in Brooklyn. He wasn't good being a second option in Philly. How's that going to work out? Number two, will the Clippers squad be healthy enough to do something in the playoffs? Because Kawhi's finna load manage, PG's finna load manage, Westbrook will play. I don't have concerns about that. And then Harden's going to sit out just because, it's James Harden. Because he's a grown man who handles his problems like a teenager going through their cutting off phase. It's a fact. He complains his way out of OKC. He eats his way out of Houston. He protests his way out of Brooklyn. And then he calls Daryl Morey a liar but doesn't tell us what Daryl Morey lies about. He's spoiled. Plain and simple. Someone's got to tell this guy that he's not LeBron James. There's a select few players in this league that can get what they want, and Harden's not one of them. You have Braun, you have Curry, KD, Jokic, maybe even Tatum. But Harden is not on that list. He needs to realize that he's on contract. The contract that he signed, pen and paper, that he signed. And he needs to start honoring the contract instead of being a little kid about things. Plain and simple. It's not the organization's fault that he can't bring a team enough impact to win in the playoffs. It's not the organization's fault. It's your fault. All this being said, it was a good but dangerous move by the Clippers. Okay? It could either go very well or it could blow up in their face. Okay? You have 4 hometown guys now. You have Kawhi, PG, Russ, and James Harden. 4 hometown guys. They better do something because I'm tired of calling this team a contender every single year for them to be a first-round exit or a play-in squad. Ty Lue, their coach, Tyronn Lue, has surpassed my expectations and actually been a good coach. PG's always a bucket. Kawhi's top 5 when healthy. Russ is still a top 10 point guard in the league and is criminally underpaid. And Harden, when not being a little child about things or injured, is top 20. He can go out there and average 20 and 12 on the squad if he really wanted to. I wrote down some predictions for stats now that Harden's on the team. So if all 4 guys were to play together in one game, I feel like over those games, number 1, Kawhi and Paul George will be the All-Stars. I don't think Harden and Westbrook will make the teams. Number 2, in terms of stats, I feel like Kawhi will average 28 points, 4 assists, 7 rebounds, 2 steals. PG is going to average 25 points, 3 assists, 6 rebounds, 2 steals. Harden's going to go out there, average 20 points, 12 assists, 6 rebounds. And Russ will average 15 points, 8 assists, 7 rebounds. Like, the squad can really put up 100 points with just 4 guys. They really could. Each one of them goes out there and scores 25? You're telling me that's impossible? Because I'm telling you it can happen. Plus, they have Zubac, Powell, Mann, Bones Highland, PJ Tucker, and Joshua Primo. I'm going to say this once. There's no reason why they shouldn't succeed. There's no reason that this team shouldn't be at least, in the very least, a Western Conference Finals team. They have 4 star players with good chemistry. Russ and Harden have played together. Kawhi, Russ, and PG have played together. There's no reason why they shouldn't get to the WCF. They have elite defense from PG and Kawhi and above average defense from Zubac, Mann, Bones Highland, and PG. Or PJ Tucker, sorry. They have 2 of the top 5 best two-way players in the game right now with Paul George and Kawhi Leonard. And you could argue me. I'm telling you, those are the 2 top 5 two-way players in the league right now. And they also have 2 of the most offensively gifted NBA players of all time in Russ and Harden. There is no reason why they shouldn't at least get to the WCF. They need to tee up, and Harden needs to learn that the damn system doesn't revolve around him. Simple. Rest them, sure. But come playoff time, and they better be a top seed. All those guys need to play. Period. Point blank. Period. Because honestly, from not even from like an NBA fan standpoint, just from like a person, who enjoys watching basketball, just a casual standpoint, it's annoying watching that Clipper squad. And now they added this locker room toxicity in James Harden. I'm telling you, man, they need to make some serious changes. Whether it's resting around more time, being on minute restrictions. LeBron James is going to be on minute restriction this year. But if that's what we need to do to get these players to play more often in the playoffs, then do it. Especially with that load managing rule this year. James Harden's already missed 2 games. What? He didn't show up the first game. Second game, he was refused access on the plane. Third game, he showed up. He was joking around with PJ Tucker. Now him and PJ are here. Like, the Clippers stole him away from the 76ers. I get it. But there's a reason that they were only willing to pay peanuts for this guy. And I feel as if this organization has no problem coming to a buyout with this guy, even if his contract's at millions and millions of dollars. I feel like the Clippers have no reason to not terminate this guy's contract if he decides to be stupid. Because this is a team that we've seen so far that is trying to win this year. Paul George is a bucket as always. Kawhi Leonard is doing good. Russell Westbrook's doing good. You have their bench bones, Highland, Norman Powell doing great. PJ Tucker's doing good again, and he played very well against the Raptors. And then you have James Harden. So I can't wait to see how this pans out. You guys let me know what you think is going to happen. I personally think that they'll be at least a WCF team. There's no reason they shouldn't be. So you guys let me know in the comments what you think. But thank you so much for watching. Have a good day, evening, night, wherever y'all stay at. God bless. Peace.